Welcome back to Easy English Talk Podcast.
Imagine two people starting the same job on the same day, with the same skills and the same opportunities. 5 years later, one is leading projects and growing fast, while the other is still complaining about bad luck. What happened between them? The answer is not talent, it's how they think. I'm Ryan, and today we're discussing why winners think different from losers. This topic matters because your thinking shapes your entire life, and small changes in your mind can create big changes in your results.
Hi everyone, I'm Priya, and yes, this is such an important topic. Most people think success comes from luck or talent, but research shows it comes from how we process failure, handle setbacks, and see opportunities. If you stay with us today, you'll learn exactly what separates winning thinking from losing thinking, and how to start shifting your own mindset right now.
Perfect. So let's start with the main problem. Why do some people keep failing while others keep winning, even when they start from similar places? What's actually happening in their minds?
Great question. The problem starts with how people explain their failures to themselves. Losers tend to blame things they can't control, like bad luck, other people, or timing. Winners look at the same failure and ask, what could I have done better?
That's a huge difference. So losers see failure as proof they can't succeed, but winners see failure as information, like a teacher showing them what to improve. It's the same event, but completely different reactions.
Exactly. And this creates a cycle. When you blame outside forces, you feel powerless, so you stop trying or you give up faster next time. When you take responsibility, you feel in control, so you keep adjusting and improving until something works.
I've noticed this in real life. Some people lose once and say, this isn't for me. Others lose 10 times and say, I'm getting closer. The second group always ends up winning eventually.
Right. And there's another part of the problem. Losers focus heavily on what they don't have: money, connections, time, talent. Winners focus on what they do have and how to use it well.
So it's about where you put your attention. If you're always looking at what's missing, you feel stuck and frustrated. If you focus on your strengths and resources, you find ways to move forward.
Yes, and this also affects how people deal with challenges. Losers see a problem and think, this is too hard, I can't do this. Winners see the same problem and think, this is hard, how can I solve it?
One sentence kills motivation. The other one starts problem solving. It's like one person closes the door and the other person looks for the key. Same situation, totally different outcomes.
Absolutely. There's also a big difference in how they handle criticism. Losers take criticism personally and feel attacked or defensive. Winners separate their identity from their actions and use feedback to improve.
That makes sense. If you think criticism means you're a bad person, you'll avoid it or ignore it. But if you see it as free advice, you'll listen carefully and learn from it. One approach protects your ego, the other improves your skills.
Exactly. And here's something interesting. Losers often wait for perfect conditions before they start. They say, I'll do it when I have more money, more time, more experience. Winners start with what they have and improve along the way.
So losers wait for the right moment, which usually never comes. Winners create the right moment by taking action and learning as they go. That's why winners are always moving forward, even if it's slowly.
Yes, and this connects to how they view mistakes. Losers try to avoid mistakes at all costs because they see mistakes as embarrassing or shameful. Winners accept mistakes as part of learning and actually expect them to happen.
So one group is afraid to try anything new because they might fail. The other group tries many new things because they know failure is just part of the process. Fear stops one group, curiosity drives the other.
Right. Now let's talk about comparison, because this is a major problem. Losers compare themselves to others and feel jealous, frustrated, or inferior. Winners compare themselves to who they were yesterday and measure their own progress.
That's powerful. If you're always looking at other people's success, you feel like you're losing. But if you track your own growth, you see evidence of improvement, which keeps you motivated. One focus creates misery, the other creates momentum.
Exactly. And there's also a difference in how they talk to themselves. Losers use negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I can't do this. Winners use encouraging self-talk. I'm learning. I'm improving. I can figure this out.
So the voice inside your head is either your worst enemy or your best coach. If you speak to yourself like a loser, you'll act like one. If you speak to yourself like a winner, you'll start behaving differently.
Yes. And another thing, losers focus on short-term comfort. They avoid hard work, difficult conversations, or uncomfortable situations. Winners accept short-term discomfort because they're focused on long-term gain.
So losers choose what feels easy right now, even if it hurts them later. Winners choose what's hard right now because it helps them later. It's like eating junk food versus going to the gym. One feels better instantly, the other builds strength over time.
Perfect example. Now, let's move into the solutions. How can someone shift from losing thinking to winning thinking? The first step is to take full responsibility for your results.
So stop blaming your boss, the economy, your background, or bad luck. Start asking, what can I control? What can I change? What's my part in this? Even if outside factors matter, focus only on what you can influence.
Exactly. This doesn't mean everything is your fault. It means you choose to focus on your power instead of your limitations. When you take responsibility, you take back control of your life.
That's a mental shift that changes everything. Once you stop being a victim, you become a creator. You start looking for solutions instead of excuses.
Right. The second solution is to reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as a sign to quit, see it as data. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What will I do differently next time?
So treat every failure like a science experiment. You tested something, it didn't work, now you have new information. Adjust your approach and try again.
Yes, and remember, every successful person has failed more than most people have even tried. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Winners fail forward. Losers fail and stop.
I love that phrase, fail forward. It means you're still moving in the right direction, even when things go wrong. You're learning, growing, and getting closer to your goal.
Exactly. The third solution is to focus on growth, not perfection. Losers want everything to be perfect before they start, so they never start. Winners accept that version 1 will be messy, and they improve version 2, 3, and 4.
So progress matters more than perfection. Done is better than perfect because done gives you feedback and experience. Perfect keeps you stuck in your head.
Right. Think about it like this. A bad first draft is better than no draft. You can edit something that exists. You can't edit a blank page. Winners create. Losers plan forever.
That's so true. I've seen people spend years planning a business but never launching it. Meanwhile, someone else starts with a simple idea, learns from customers, and builds something real. Action beats planning every single time.
Yes, the fourth solution is to change your self-talk. Pay attention to the words you use when you think about yourself. If you catch yourself saying, "I'm terrible at this," replace it with, "I'm still learning this."
So be kind to yourself, but also be honest. You don't need to lie and say you're amazing at something you're not, but you can remind yourself that skills grow with practice.
Exactly. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. If you keep saying you can't do something, your brain will find evidence to support that belief. If you say you're improving, your brain will notice progress and keep you motivated.
It's like programming a computer. If you input negative code, you get negative results. If you input positive, growth-focused code, you get better outcomes.
Great analogy. The fifth solution is to surround yourself with winners. The people around you shape your thinking more than you realize. If you spend time with complainers and blamers, you'll start thinking like them.
But if you spend time with people who take responsibility, solve problems, and stay positive, that rubs off on you too. You start adopting their habits, their language, and their mindset. Environment is incredibly powerful.
Yes, Jim Rohn said, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." So look at your circle. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they talking about dreams or complaining about problems?
And if your current circle isn't helping you grow, it's okay to find new people. Join groups, attend events, or connect with people online who share your goals. Your environment should support your growth, not block it.
Absolutely. The sixth solution is to practice delayed gratification. This means choosing long-term success over short-term pleasure. Winners say no to distractions and yes to discipline.
So instead of watching TV for 3 hours, they study or work on their goals. Instead of spending money on things they don't need, they invest in their future. It's about sacrificing now to win later.
Right, and here's the trick. It gets easier with practice. At first, discipline feels hard because your brain wants instant reward, but over time, you start enjoying the progress more than the distraction.
I've experienced that. When you see real results from your hard work, it becomes addictive. You want more progress, so you naturally choose discipline. The pain of discipline becomes lighter than the pain of regret.
Beautifully said. The seventh solution is to set clear, specific goals. Losers have vague wishes like, I want to be successful. Winners have clear targets like, I want to save $10,000 in 12 months.
Vague goals lead to vague actions. Clear goals lead to clear plans. When you know exactly what you want, you can create steps to get there.
Yes, and winners also break big goals into small, manageable steps. They don't try to climb the whole mountain in one day. They focus on taking one step at a time consistently.
That removes overwhelm. If your goal is to write a book, focus on writing one page today. If your goal is to lose weight, focus on one healthy meal and one workout.
Exactly. Small wins build confidence and momentum. Losers try to do everything at once, get overwhelmed, and quit. Winners focus on one small action and repeat it daily.
Consistency beats intensity. Doing a little bit every day will always be doing a lot once and then stopping. It's the compound effect.
Right. The eighth solution is to ask better questions. Losers ask, why does this always happen to me? Winners ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this?
Questions shape your focus. Bad questions make you feel helpless and stuck. Good questions make you think creatively and find solutions.
Yes. So whenever something goes wrong, pause and ask yourself empowering questions. What's one thing I can do right now to improve this situation? Who can help me solve this problem?
That shifts your brain from victim mode to solution mode. You stop feeling sorry for yourself and start taking action. It's a simple habit, but it changes everything.
Absolutely. The ninth solution is to celebrate small wins. Losers only celebrate when they reach the final goal, so they stay unmotivated. Winners celebrate every step forward, which keeps their energy high.
So if your goal is to run a marathon, celebrate when you run your first mile. If your goal is to build a business, celebrate your first customer. Every small win deserves recognition.
Yes, because the brain releases dopamine when you celebrate, which makes you want to keep going. If you ignore small progress, your brain thinks nothing is working. If you celebrate it, your brain stays motivated and engaged.
That's smart. So don't wait until everything is perfect to feel proud. Feel proud of the effort, the consistency, and the tiny improvements. That's how you build winning momentum.
Exactly. The 10th solution is to embrace discomfort. Winners know that growth happens outside the comfort zone. If something feels scary or uncomfortable, that's usually where the opportunity is.
So instead of avoiding hard conversations, difficult tasks, or new challenges, lean into them. That's where you learn the most and grow the fastest. Comfort keeps you safe but stuck.
Right. Think of discomfort as a signal that you're expanding. Your muscles don't grow unless you stress them at the gym. Your skills don't grow unless you challenge yourself mentally.
So get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the price of progress. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets.
Yes. The 11th solution is to focus on what you can control. Losers waste energy worrying about things outside their control. The weather, the economy, other people's opinions. Winners focus all their energy on their own actions, decisions, and responses.
That's such an important distinction. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. And your response is what creates your results.
Exactly. So when something bad happens, don't ask, why me? Ask, what now? What's my next move? That keeps you in control.
I think that's one of the most powerful mindset shifts. It turns you from a passenger into a driver. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're creating it.
Beautiful way to put it. The 13th solution is to stay curious. Losers think they already know everything, so they stop learning. Winners stay curious, ask questions, read books, and constantly seek new knowledge.
So they have a growth mindset. They believe intelligence and skills can be developed. They see every experience as a chance to learn something new.
Yes, and curiosity keeps life interesting. When you're always learning, you never get bored or stagnant. You keep evolving and improving.
I've noticed that successful people are often the most curious. They ask the most questions, they listen the most. They're hungry for knowledge, not just success.
Exactly. The 14th solution is to develop resilience. Resilience means bouncing back quickly after setbacks. Winners don't stay down long. They feel the pain, learn the lesson, and keep moving.
So they don't pretend failure doesn't hurt, they acknowledge it, process it, and then choose to keep going. Resilience is a skill you build by practicing recovery.
Right, and you build it by reminding yourself of past challenges you've overcome. Every time you survive something hard, you prove to yourself that you can handle difficulty. That builds confidence for future challenges.
So your past wins become evidence of your strength. When something new goes wrong, you can say, I've been through worse. I can handle this too. That's resilience in action.
Exactly. The 14th solution is to take action despite fear. Losers wait until they feel confident before they act. Winners act even when they're afraid, because they know confidence comes from doing, not thinking.
So courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting even though you're scared. And every time you do that, you get a little braver.
Yes. Think of it like a muscle. The more you practice acting despite fear, the stronger that muscle gets. Eventually, things that terrified you become normal.
I love that. So don't wait to feel ready. Just start. Take one small step. Readiness comes from action, not preparation.
Perfect. The 15th solution is to keep perspective. Winners understand that one failure, one bad day, or one setback doesn't define their entire life. Losers see one mistake and think everything is ruined.
So zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. One bad moment is just a tiny dot in a long timeline.
Right. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Usually the answer is no. That helps you stop overreacting and start responding calmly.
And when you stay calm, you make better decisions. Panic leads to mistakes. Perspective leads to clarity. Winners stay calm because they see the long game.
Exactly. So, those are 15 mindset shifts that separate winners from losers. It's not about talent, luck, or background. It's about how you think, how you respond, and what you focus on every single day.
And the beautiful thing is, anyone can change their thinking. You don't need permission, you don't need money. You just need to decide that you're going to think differently starting today.
Yes. Start small, pick 1 or 2 of these solutions, and practice them this week. Notice how your thinking changes. Notice how your actions change. Small shifts create big results over time.
Absolutely. And remember, winners aren't born, they're built. Every winner you admire started as a beginner and chose to think differently. You can do the same.
So true. And here's the final thought. Your current thinking created your current life. If you want a different life, you need different thinking. It's that simple and that powerful.
Perfect place to wrap up. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We hope this discussion gave you clarity, motivation, and practical tools to start thinking like a winner. Remember, change starts in your mind, and you have the power to shift it right now.
Yes, thank you for being here with us today. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to explore other topics on Easy English Talk podcast. We cover everything from communication skills and confidence building to personal growth and productivity, all in simple, clear English designed to help you learn and grow.
Exactly. There's so much more to discover. Check out our other episodes, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep thinking like a winner.